First thing we do when we get to camp is find a tent site. This is going to be our tent site. Set our packs down, change our trail runners into sandals so we're more comfortable and our feet are breathing. Greg is going to tell you what we look for in a campsite.
So when we first get to a place, obviously you want to get the best campsite possible, and there's multiple factors. Some are more important to others. This is what we look for. A flat spot, relatively flat, free of roots and rocks. The rocks you can move, obviously, but the roots are going to cause you problems. We have a large tent. We have the Copper Spur 3, so we have to have a site that fits that. And for me, I don't like being tented around other people, so I like to have at least 15 or 20 feet worth of space. And some of these campsites can be crowded, so we try to choose a spot that nature allows us some barriers, maybe a tree's there, nobody can tent near us. Also, when picking out a tent site, we're thinking of a couple other things. A view is nice, and if you can get one, great. It's not a deal killer for us. Airflow is important, so knowing which way the wind's blowing and being in a situation where we can utilize the vestibules and vents so that we stay at the correct temperature at night. And finally, a lot of tent sites, especially if you're at a shelter, you're going to have to figure out how close to the privy, how close to bare cables, how close to water sources you want to be. Obviously the privy and the bare cables, we're not so interested in being close to those things. Anyway, that's it.
We then set up the tent. Then we put all our gear in our tent. I'll go over my gear. I put my trekking poles and my shoes right there in the vestibule. I put my little doormat sit pad down. Then I take all the stuff out of my pack and put it in the tent that I'm going to need in there. This is my food bag, so that stays outside. We'll use that later. And then hang it up for the bears. My puffy, my electronics, my clothes bag, my Thermarest air mattress, my toiletries, including wet wipes. So I'll put this in my bear bag later, but I'm going to put it in my tent now so I can wet wipe my body off and feel better, and my glasses. My sleeping bag, and this plastic wrap, which I'll explain later. So I'll hang up my gaiters and socks up here overnight to dry. I have my gaiters outside right now because the sun is out, and that will dry them out even better. And then when I change my clothes, I'll put my sports bra and t-shirt up here to kind of hang, and so that lets that dry out pretty good too. So first, I'm going to spread out this plastic wrap that goes under me and Greg's sleeping pads. Okay, so then my sleeping pad, I blow it up, and as you can see, the plastic wrap is down, and it fits under my mat and Greg's mat. We squish our sleeping pads together side by side. Then I take my sleeping bag out and figure out which end is which. And there's some straps that go under my sleeping pad to secure my quilt to my sleeping pad, so I do that next. Blow up my pillow. Later I'll take my buff off and put it over my pillow just like a pillowcase, and it works great. I keep my sleeping pad and sleeping bag covers down in this little pocket here. This tent is great with pockets, and we hang socks and stuff in these pockets. Greg has similar pockets. Then we also have pockets up by our heads. That's a double pocket, and I have one over there too. So it's really a great tent. I bring my backpack in the tent with me after taking all food out of side pockets and everything, and anything that smells, because it's nice to use to prop my feet up on, just to give my feet some elevation after a day of hiking. And also, like, we're on a little slope right now, facing down a little bit, our feet facing down. So it's just kind of nice to kind of catch your air mattress to help a little bit with that. Then for me, I usually like to use a wet wipe and change my clothes before eating, because I just change into my sleep clothes and it makes me feel so much better, because you do get dirty during the day and sweaty. And using a wet wipe just for my face, my underarms, some of my body, even my feet sometimes, it just really helps me feel better. So I like doing that. And Greg does that most nights too. You can see while I'm setting up my tent, Greg went and got water and is filtering water to replenish what we drank today. We usually carry 2 liters each, and we'll use some for cooking tonight. Light the fire. Fully loaded covered bacon and cheddar mashed potatoes with real bacon added. And Greg and I are just going to share tonight because we're not super hungry, so that's what we're doing. We found what works best for the potatoes is to add a little bit of water and potatoes at a time. Otherwise, it gets clumpy and doesn't mix up real well. I seal this up and place in my koozie I made, and let that sit for 1 minute. Mashed potatoes out of the bag. And then my pot is all clean, so I don't have to clean my pot. Good?
Good.
Hang a bear bag. Good job. Okay, bring the bear bag down. Bring the string back through the carabiner. Attach the food bag to the carabiner. And hoist the bags up, which can be hard to do because 2 food bags are very heavy. And then we take a stick and we do you remember what this knot is called?
I do not.
A certain type of knot that we looked up. And then let the stick go up to it catches on the carabiner, and the food bag is a good distance from the tree limb and a good distance from the ground. And then we can either tie the string off or just let it hang, really. Greg likes tying it off. So oh, and also before hanging the bear bag and after dinner, we brush our teeth. I forgot to mention that. And that has to go in the bear bag because the toothpaste has a scent to it. Basically anything with a scent has to go in the bear bag so the bears don't smell anything in your tent and think you're food. And then we relax in our tent. It feels so good to lay down, doesn't it? I got a lot of sun today. It's a sunscreen. Yeah, we just do stuff like catch up on our journal and note taking and pictures and Instagram. If we have cell coverage, I'll post that, and Facebook. And put together the video for the day and do some editing on that. What else, babe? Read.
And I just read.
So that's all. Good night.
Night.